Hi guys, if you're here, welcome to If You're Trades. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about two stocks. The first being Multiverse and the second being Oando. All right, so we've done this before. We were talking about the deep dive in our previous videos. In the previous deep dive, we did a deep dive on Aradel and Ella Lakes. You really need to go back and watch this video because everything literally played out according to what I had talked about. All right, so before we go on into the technical deep dive for Multiverse and Oando, ensure you're following me on TradingView. Let's crank this up to 1000. Ensure you're also following me on Twitter. And don't forget, I have other offerings. You can click on this link and it take you to my other offerings. You can join the free mailing list for Nigerian shares, and you can join the wait list for the portfolio builder and newsletter. This is what that looks like. Once you click on that link, it comes over here. You can put in your email to join the wait list. It's actually taking a while, but this is what it's supposed to look like after we have finished. All right, so let's just go straight into it. So now nobody actually wants to talk about this, but every stock, every investment has a boom and bust cycle. So more technically, one of the things they would call it would be distribution, correction, accumulation. So literally in these videos, we're going to be talking about correction or distribution, correction, and accumulation. One of the reasons why I'm interested in some of the stocks, or these two stocks that we're talking about today, Multiverse and Oando. All right, so this is Multiverse. If we use the 200 EMA as a teller for an uptrend and a downtrend, let's just start from here. In 2023, we had Multiverse have a distribution, a boom cycle, where it moved from about 2 naira all the way up to 24 naira per share. That was a major boom. That was a major distribution moving upwards. And so after 2024 in January, after this major all-time high, it spent the next year. So from January 2024, it spent the next year all the way to December 2024 going downwards. For a full year, it only went down, and it went to an all-time low of 4 naira 60 kobo per share just around December over here of 2024. And so where is Multiverse right now? So this box, if you have seen in my previous deep dive video, shows for accumulation, or what you want to call consolidation. So the price of Multiverse since here has never gone beyond 11. It has traded below 11 naira per share literally since July of 2024. It has only gone down. The only time it came up above 11 naira per share was just right about here in September. It went up and for a very short time found resistance around 13 naira 90 kobo per share. And guess what? After it found that resistance, it came back down. If you've been following me on TradingView, you will know that I've been talking about Multiverse for the longest time, right? Since about June. So you can see this video over here. So if you click and open it over here, you would find that I have been in Multiverse since June and at the price of about 9 naira per share. So this is 9 naira 85 naira, 9 naira 85 kobo per share. And currently, what is Multiverse doing? So my buy zone was between 6 naira 50 kobo and around 10 naira per share. So the price went up, found resistance at 13 naira per share, 13 naira point 90 kobo per share, and then has come back down to test my buy zone at just around 10 naira per share. So my optimism of this is it had its boom, or what you could once call distribution. It had its bust, what you want to call correction, and then consolidating under 11 naira for the longest time, has now gone past 11 naira and is now retesting around the 11 naira area. That's very positive. And also, we also have positive money flow. This is the weekly time frame, by the way. So I'm expectant. I expect that prices will continue to go up to test take profits around 17 naira and even go back to all-time high around 24 naira per share. That is my expectation, but that expectation remains valid only if Multiverse stays above 10 naira per share. Okay, don't forget I use another tool. There's a tool called InfoWare that I use to check what is happening in the order books. What exactly are people doing? What are buyers and sellers doing in the market? So as of the 12th of December for Multiverse, we had more bids. What does that mean? We had more people buying. More people were willing to buy. We have 120,000 people willing to buy Multiverse. And see the prices they are willing to buy Multiverse at. 9.9 naira 95 kobo and then 10 naira 20 kobo, and yet the only people willing to sell are willing to sell Multiverse at 12 naira per share. So what does that tell you? There is more interest, more people are willing to buy as opposed to sell, and so that is a positive signal for me, and that's pretty much why I'm very positive about Multiverse. It has other fundamental reasons why I'm also interested in Multiverse, and part of it is that we have the minister talking about internally generated revenue for solid minerals, and it is for 2025 at 50 billion naira as opposed to 2024 where it was only 38 billion. So I'm optimistic about Multiverse. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Oando, or O and O. So like I said, it had its boom cycle. So it had a boom in 2024. As of May, it moved all the way up to an all-time high of 83 naira 85 kobo. This was in September of 2024, and so this was its major distribution. And guess what? It spent from September all the way to April of 2025 only going down. So this was the boom, the distribution cycle. This is the bust, the correction phase, and currently I feel it's in accumulation, or what you can call consolidation. And so even though the money flow is negative, I'm a bit positive about Oando. So this is the only off portion of Oando, but I feel it has a very good chance if it can stay above 39 naira per share. I think it has a fighting chance to go back and maybe test around 60 naira per share. So but we just have to wait and see what is happening. So you had a major distribution and now corrective phase, and in the corrective phase, after the corrective phase, we have consolidation, or what is called accumulation, or you just have people, the price doing absolutely nothing, staying below 60 naira. It's been staying below 60 naira, or about 60 naira per share since November of 2024. It hasn't gotten above that, so it's just stayed below that price, and so it's easy to call that area consolidation. And so if it goes above that, I'll be very optimistic about Oando. Okay, so the final thing, let's look at what it is doing in the order books. What exactly is happening with Oando on the order books? So are people interested in buying, or are there more people interested in selling? So as of last week Friday, you had more bids on Oando, so more people are interested in buying. You have 66.38% of people willing to buy Oando as opposed to sell, right? And these are the prices people are willing to buy at, and these are the prices people are actually selling at. So not too much a variance in sell and buy, and I feel like I'm optimistic about Oando, although I'm more optimistic about Multiverse, but we just have to wait and see. I think they had more profits in 9 months as of October 30th. So there's better news coming out for Oando as opposed to what we had in the past. So price action is not showing what is going on in the company, but sometimes price action takes a while to catch up on what's going on. So we have to wait and see what happens in the future for Multiverse and Oando, but I'm a bit optimistic about them, and we'll just see. This is not financial advice. This is just my views about the market and what I am doing about Multiverse I'm about to buy Oando, and I just thought to let you guys know what it is I'm doing heading into January. All right, so I'll see you in my very next video.